Hi, welcome to Channel Messages with Sandra. Today we're doing pentacles. Pentacles. We're doing earth signs. Which are the pentacles? That's Capricorn. Oh, I just had a brain download. Oh, that was strange. Okay, it is raining where I am, but I just heard flooding. All right. Where were we? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Actually, it's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It depends which way you go through it. It's starting with the new year, you would start with Taurus. It's Pisces. Well, starting Aries. Aries is the first, actually, so it's Taurus. Then you get Virgo, and then you have Capricorn. But when we're doing it, there's astrology-wise, it's the Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And with the tarot, because you would have 2, 3, and 4 Capricorn, 5, 6, 7 Taurus, 8, 9, 10 Virgo. There you go. There's a little lesson. Okay. We're using Gilded Tarot Royale. I really wanted to use my Draconis deck, but I don't know what happened. And if we need for backup, we're going to use the Energy Oracle. Backup, validation. All right. Earth signs. Here we go. As usual, guidelines. Take what resonates. You might be listening and it's actually for someone who is not an earth sign. Take it. It might be for you in the future. You're just not getting it now. It's not connecting. That's okay. It happens. These are general readings. But if you find the video, this session, it's usually for you. It's very rare that it's not. I even found that before I started doing, well, I was always a medium. I was always psychic. I always knew. I always saw spirits. I always, connected. But before doing the cards and professionally, if you will, oh, I don't know where I was going with that. See, something's interfering. I keep hearing flooding. So everyone just watch. Just watch your sink dripping. Watch any holes or something that you have around. You know, just be careful. We don't panic. we don't like, no fear here. No fear here. We feel it, and then we say, we don't bury it under the rug, but we can work with it and through it. Okay, earth signs. First card up. 7 of Cups in reverse. The decision has already been made. You're either not accepting it, you're finding it difficult to follow through, to adhere to your own chastisement, to your own wishes, to your own betterment. Because this could be illusion, fantasy, daydreams, right? Right side up. On lower polarity, this tells us you've already made your choice. You've already made choices. And for some reason, some of those choices, for some of you, these are general readings, are like kicking your ass. So say we take a job, and some jobs require like a 5-year contract. You're in year 2 or even 1, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is not for me. But to get out of the contract would be hard, and or a loss of money, bad vibes, bad, no recommendations, no, just the bad, how that can follow you sometimes with certain businesses. You couldn't put it on your resume, and people like, well, depending upon, especially like corporate or something. Oh, I did have chocolate. It makes me cough. Only since well, we're not going to get into that, but only since I'm now allergic to it, as I was not allergic to it before 2013. I'll leave it at that. So, but this is what I'm hearing. Earth signs, you need to turn this right side up and choose again. You need different choices. The ones before you are not really choices. They're not acceptable, or you don't like them, or you don't care for the people. You're not resonating with it. It's you need to turn this card right side up and implement, research, go through and see where you can add. You can add to your life, spice it up. Okay, let's see what your next card is. Okay, if you don't know the story, there's a longer story, but I'll say it quick. The card did get damaged, but I don't want to buy a whole new deck just for one card. Maybe someday, but if I was going to buy a whole new deck, I need a couple others first. So, and then this one. But I like it because it gives it character, it gives it personality. We don't leave this earth unscathed, unscarred. We don't. Listen, make sure you're having fun. Learn how to have fun. Pentacles. Oh, that's wands, though. What am I keep saying? Pentacles. So I'm going to get off of this for a second, but it's included. A friend of mine included a card where she gave me like one of those care packages. And it was the Eight of Pentacles, and that's what I keep seeing. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is, so the Three of Pentacles is one part of your job, love life, anything, housework, anything, has been achieved, and now you're going to go for the next set or next department, next something. The Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, we know, but the Six of Pentacles, it moves us on. It reminds you to give and take and be amongst people and be within the community. No Man is an Island poem. Is that a poem or a story? The Eight of Pentacles is hard work. Take your accolades. That's what I'm hearing for this. And in fact, that's what I'm hearing for the whole reading, because I keep hearing Pentacles. Yes, earth signs are attributed to the Pentacles in Tarot. Or Tarot, whatever floats your boat. I'll actually switch back and forth. This is celebrate, learn, take the time to go to classes, take the time to read, take the time to and then wear 2 different color socks. Be the court jester. Have fun, make a joke. If you're not good with jokes, find them. Find one and memorize it. Send happy memes, funny memes. We are losing a sense of community. Get it back. Snail mail. Actually calling somebody instead of texting. Writing thank you notes. Get it back. This is what I'm hearing. This feels like it needs to start at the beginning, because the pages are collectors also. Collectors of knowledge, and they're ready to pass it on. So some of you I still want to say Pentacles. Let's see what the other cards say. Some of your earth signs, need to start fresh. You need to accept that you're now in a position to teach. It's not always easy to teach because people just don't want to hear it. Life and people have changed from when I was growing up, and I'm a lot older than some. In spirit, soul, and chronological age. But when we know we want to share in a different world, a different time, I would be known as a, maybe not the words, but the position, the acknowledgement, just the designation of either wise elder, shaman. That's what I would be known as. They're just titles, they're just words. But that's what this is telling the earth signs. Get ready to teach. Again, you will have eyes rolling. Yeah, right, okay, thank you. Yeah. Sometimes messages fall flat, and then we learn from them. Like, oh, I could have said that better. This isn't learning. She or he, the page is at the beginning of the journey. And definitely have fun. And turn that light on. Turn the light on. You need to write this card. You need to start again, choose again, something. Okay. Now we got one of each. Cups, wands, swords. Now, 5 of swords were in reverse. So this already tells us you've been hurt. Doesn't mean we're not going to get hurt again. This is life. This is this realm. It's freaking crazy. But we can ameliorate it with perspective, with learning, with wisdom, with loving our own hearts. It has all the decision. Some decisions have harmed you. Some decisions have affected you so drastically that it was so heavy, so burdensome. But in reverse, on lower polarity, the 5 of swords tells us, put it down. It's no longer your burden to carry. I don't care what it is. And my life story would floor most people. Everyone has a life story. A lot of people have gone through things that I have never gone through and that I will never go through. But this is stop being floored. Stop being intimidated. Stop being, and it's in reverse. I'm telling you, lower polarity. Things are moving on. This is move on from where you were in attitude, in heart, in burdens. Put them down. In this field, metaphysics or spiritual, what do we tell people? Pack it up and dissolve it, disintegrate it. Let it go into the ether. Yes? Yes. Okay, next card. No, not the pentacles. Ooh, but this is another 5. That's 5 of wands, but again, it's reverse. It's on lower polarity. This is the ending. This is an ending. This is a big time ending. If it's an ending in your love life, let me tell you something. Don't make haste to break up with someone. Don't make haste to kick someone out of your life. We all know all the A's, the abuse, the alcoholism, blah, blah, blah. Safety first. You have to do it. You feel right. But this reading is just a time to say no more. Because the 5 of wands is infighting. On lower polarity, I was going to turn it again, sorry. On lower polarity, this is stop fighting in your head. Stop fighting in your dreams. Stop letting people fight with you. This is F them. But not have an argument. Not point out their mistakes or point out their thing. This is let them all go, because 2 5s in reverse. The change has already been there. The change is in the air. It's up to you to take it. Yes, there's some repercussions. There are repercussions to coming out of the closet, so to speak. And that means for anyone. There's repercussions. But this reading tells earth signs, you are learning, but you're learning from scratch in some areas. Some feelings will be new. It's literally, it's F them. Stop having infighting with yourself because other people are insane. Quote unquote, everyone's loving. Well, not everyone, but I had a former friend's mother say, like, she don't use the word hate. Say, I dislike them immensely. I don't hate that job. I dislike it immensely. So dislike somebody or something immensely, but this is change it. You can no longer let someone, the world, a politician, a family member, I don't care who they are, somebody who's been hurting you and hurt you for a long period of time, you cannot let them intimidate you anymore. Consequences are going to be the consequences. Everyone has consequences. You choose to have the hot fudge sundae. That's a consequence because we know what's happening. If it's not good dairy, right then and there. If it's store-bought, it's usually all those chemicals, the fudge. And then we talk about calories and we talk about fats. You can still have it occasionally, but it's the quality. And yeah, I know. Not easy to get. I can't, where I live now with the move, I can't get fresh organic non-GMO fruit. Some of the packages say organic. I take home the apple and there's no core, there's no seeds. That's not a real apple. I don't know what the hell you did to it, but it's not a real apple. An apple has core and seeds. So that's perfect. This is a time to begin again. Put whatever behind you and move on. This is have fun and play. Yeah, everything is perspective. I had an 80-year-old woman. She might have been late 70s, early 80s. And she was before me for a psychic and mediumship reading. I might have channeled her dog. I don't recall. But it feels right. We're done with the session. And I asked several times during session, do you have any questions? No. Sure enough, at the end of the session, she has a question, which would take more than 5 minutes to really delve into. And the question was about something that happened when she was much younger. In her case, it was when she was 10. Something happens to all of us. This woman in her late 70s and early 80s was still suffering from things that were done to her when she was 10. This reading is you need to put a period there. And so what if people find out about something? Doesn't mean it's not going to hurt. Doesn't mean it's not going to be embarrassing. Doesn't mean it's not going to be whatever. But the person or people or whatever's involved, they suffer on such a deep karma level. If they don't understand that, that's fine. That's why people misbehave. That's why there is evil in the world, because they don't understand that, what do they call it, like chinks in the armor? Where's that? There he is. Is he wearing armor? Well, a little bit, but not real suit of armor. They don't understand how much they hurt. Every time they hurt others, they hurt themselves. And always, here's the thing a lot of people don't realize. When you hurt someone else, not only goes on your karma, but it goes on the karma of your children, loved ones. So when you think somebody's acting crazy, it's, oh, that's how teenagers are, or that's how, yeah, what did you do when you were a teenager? What did you do last week? This is why we practice. This is why we practice daydreaming, meditation, going through choices. This is why we practice fun, learning. This is why we practice letting go, acknowledging hurt, harms, and haunts, and letting them go. If someone else wants to carry, that's their business. There's a little story of two monks walking, and they're not allowed to touch women. They're not allowed to do this. They're not, there's guidelines. They come to a riverbed, and a woman needs to cross. I think she might have been pregnant. I don't know. But she needs to cross, and she can't cross. One of the monks picked her up, put her on his back, and walked across. Put her down, and the two monks carry on with their journey. The other monk says to the first one, who picked up and helped the woman, "Why did you do that? When you know we're not supposed to touch, and how did you?" And so the monk who helped her said, "Brother, are you still carrying that? Put it down. I put her down a long time ago. Why are you still carrying it?" In the healing deck, this makes a beautiful ending. Blossoming abundance. And the number 3, which is, oh gosh, I almost want to say holy. It's a beautiful number. If you were born with a 3, there are parts of you that have such goodness, and that almost written in your DNA, almost written in your soul. But what we do with that life afterwards is up to us. And this is blossoming abundance. So after that reading, listen to it again. There was a couple of really, really deep channels there. Blossoming abundance. Whatever you're going through, you'll come out. Whatever you go through in the future, you will come out of it. A lot of times it feels devastating. But I'm here to tell you, it can be done. Blossoming abundance. Blossom. Blossom where you are. Blossom. Wherever you go, blossom, shine. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Guidelines are always kindly like, comment, and share. Subscribe. Above all, in spite of it all, know that you are love. You are love. You are loved, and you are lovable. Don't let anyone tell you different. Sometimes we don't feel it, but then we remember and remind ourselves. You are love, loved, and lovable. Go play.